Hey foodies, what's cooking? I hope you tried our veg pasta from last episode. Now I placed a link on the screen, so click on it. But for today, we are going to make brownies. So grab your whisk and let's start baking. Here is the list of ingredients for faster reference. So let's start. Let's get 2 bowls, one for mixing and one for cracking the eggs. Now do make sure that your eggs are fresh. Though there are times that you will crack a rotten egg, so to save you from throwing ingredients, crack your eggs one at a time in a bowl and transfer it to the mixing bowl like what I'm doing now. So how do you really know if your eggs are fresh? Now that's a good question. I'm gonna be making a video about it, the tips and tricks to know if your eggs are fresh, so you won't be messing around with rotten eggs. So stay tuned for that. Okay, last egg in. And after that, let's get 1 cup of sifted cocoa powder, pour it over. And then we need to have 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Now you properly level it off with a flat edge tool like a spatula, or you can actually use the back of a knife. Then we'll add 1 teaspoon of salt to balance the sweetness. Now salt actually brings out the sweetness, the secret to a well-balanced dessert. And then after that, we're gonna take 1 teaspoon of instant coffee powder. This actually enhances the chocolate flavor. So then again, level it off properly like so. And then, after which, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. Then pour it over. Now let's grab our whisk and start mixing. Now do make sure that you incorporate all the ingredients into one smooth runny batter like this one. So test the consistency by checking with the whisk if it's runny like that. Once it's smooth, set it aside. Now for the meantime, get your 12-ounce or roughly 2 cups of chocolate and chop into small pieces like so. You can also use chocolate chips, but you don't need to chop it, just measure it with a cup and then you set it aside. This video, I'm using Beryl's compound. Now there's another one that also tastes good, Selborne. So try that brands out, see which one works for you. So get a pan and put the heat on medium and place 1 cup or 1 block of butter cut into cubes like that. Then pour over 2 cups of granulated white sugar and start incorporating these ingredients. Now make sure that they are well blended. At first it's gonna look like that, but eventually it's gonna be smooth. Keep stirring until it's smooth like this. And that's actually a good looking mixture. It's smooth and shiny and makes that shiny outer shell for your brownies. Now check for consistency and then you whisk the batter that we did with the cocoa powder earlier and pour in your butter and sugar mixture. Pour it in right away while it's hot so it will help you out in mixing the chocolate later. So after that, grab your whisk and let's start mixing. Now, you're going to have a really good arm workout for this recipe. It's very simple. You don't need to be guilty about eating so much brownies afterwards. Next, sift in your 1.5 cups all-purpose flour. Make sure you sift it properly so that there won't be lumps on your batter later on when you mix it. And then of course, you have to use your arm power again. Yes, whisking time. Now combine it in a slow motion like so, and eventually it will come together like this. Just continue on mixing. Yes, arm grease. And now it looks shiny like that. Check for consistency. And then we're gonna pour in our chocolate. Who doesn't like chocolate? Now let's dump it all together like that. And then work out with me, guys. Mix it all well. Now this is not gonna be as difficult because the butter mixture was hot. So it's gonna melt the chocolate like that. There will still be lumps, so make sure it's gonna be smooth and silky like what you're looking at in the video. Now let's just take a minute to look at that yummy, gooey deliciousness. Oh, so yummy. Now take a pan and grease it with butter. You can actually just apply the butter directly, but that's kind of messy. So if you do have a brush, use the brush instead, like what I am doing. And then you have to line it off with a parchment paper or a wax paper. So you have to double wax your pan so it's easier for you to take it out once your brownies have cooled down from cooking. Now make sure that you go through all the edges, fold it properly like so. And then after that, you take your batter. Isn't that gorgeous? Pour it in and get a spatula to take out all the single bits that's sticking on that bowl. Then, with a flat spatula, make sure to level it off like that. Go through all the corners because sometimes it doesn't level off easily. So you have to take the time to level it off like so. And make sure that it's even. So give a pan a good whack to take out all the air bubbles in your mixture. Then you can actually add sliced almonds or cashews, or if you would want peanuts that's chopped. Now I prefer to do half of it as with almonds and half without. Bake for 30 minutes in 180 degrees. And then after that, take it off and let it cool. Make sure that you don't burn yourself. Cool your brownies in 2 hours so that it won't break when you take it off the pan. Now it's time to take it off the pan. And so lift it up just like that. It's so easy. See, it did not break. And look how shiny that outer layer is. Like it's so shiny and like so crumbly. It's so pretty. Take your knife and then cut it into the desired size that you want it. You can cut it small. You can cut it as huge as you want. And clean the edges of your knife every time you cut because this brownie mixture is really gooey. It sticks to your knife, so clean in between. And then, yeah, I did have a few pieces here and there that did not make the cut. Those small off pieces are actually good if you're dieting like me, so you don't overeat. So yeah, it's okay to have those pieces right at the sides, and the side ones are really crunchy. So here, what I'm doing is just plating it. And since we're making brownies, so why not make brownie a la mode with it? So I'm stacking the brownies one after the other. And then I am placing sifted powdered sugar over it just a little bit so that it looks pretty. And top it off with, of course, vanilla ice cream. Do give this recipe a try and let us know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and hit that notification button so you will be updated with the next yummy recipe. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!